Matt, goalless draw here at Walsall. Are you pleased with that point today?
Pleased in the context of the game. Pleased when you've not got your physical spine in terms of no Rory Mercado, Nigel Attengana and Ryan Bowman available. So pleased with performance. We just didn't quite have the end to a dogged performance. Both teams seemed to cancel each other out to a certain extent. Very few clear sights of goal. I think Ben Seymour got in on the back of a slip late on, just couldn't quite hit the target. So that'll be a pleasing point if we pick up more points throughout this week. But we came to Walsall and got overrun last season, and it's a difficult place to come to in a team in form, and we more than matched that. It was almost just two teams cancelling each other out today.
Any update on Ryan and Roy? I think a few people were surprised they weren't in the side today.
Well, it's through injury. It's one of those where Rory's got a knee injury. He'll go for a scan at the start of the week, so that looks a lengthy one to a certain extent. Ryan had the stomach strain last weekend. Usually stomach strains or strains of any muscle need at least 10 days, so a question mark as to whether he'll be fit on Tuesday. And Nigel has this ongoing tendon problem in his Achilles. On the history he's got with obviously a ruptured Achilles in the past, we've got to be careful with Nigel. If it was the last game of the season, then maybe a couple of them might have been available, but we're at the start of a lot of games in quick succession, so they simply weren't available. It wasn't the right thing to do to make them available today, but some of those boys really came in and took their opportunity. I thought Fish worked his socks off. Sweeney was composed at the back, up against a very good player in terms of their centre forward. So two teams cancelling each other out. We just didn't quite get enough quality high up the pitch, and the few moments we did have a chance.
That was a really physical battle today. Challenges flying all over the place. But
yeah, I think it was an honest game. Two honest teams. We know about their manager, and it looked like two honest teams giving absolutely everything. And when you give absolutely everything, a bit of a slugfest in the middle of the pitch, maybe you've not quite got it in your legs or your mind at the top end of the pitch. But I can't complain too much. Like I say, very few sights of goals for both sets of players, and certainly at the top end of the pitch. It felt like it was always in the middle of the park, bouncing around, and the likes of Jake Taylor, Archie Collins, and MJ were excellent in there. And Tuesday is going to be another opportunity in a different type of game. We've got an idea of what it was going to be like this weekend on the back of what happened last season when we came to Walsall, and we were overrun for 45 minutes. That certainly didn't happen today, but you still want more, and I just wanted more in the attacking third, but I can't ask for any more in terms of effort.
If either side was going to win today, it was going to come down to something, a mistake of some kind. Obviously the goalkeeper with Ben Seymour.
Exactly that, a mistake, a slip, or a bit of real quality, and neither team just quite had that. They had a lot of good play and a lot of effort and an endeavour. Neither team quite had that moment of quality, or like you said, a mistake from the opposition. And Ben probably had the best chance of the game, and he was fresh into it. But it's a chance. No matter how they come, it is a chance. But then it's going to be down to our more attacking players to create chances against not lesser teams, but against teams in the future.
And obviously we saw Randall Williams play today. You must be pleased to hold on to him after the
yeah, look, it's been a difficult window for Randall, and his performances have probably slipped off the back of that. A lot of uncertainty. He's lost his rhythm in his game, but in terms of his work rate today, I thought he was excellent. I thought they defended pretty well against him, and he'll still come good. I'm still confident in terms of Randall. I've got no question in terms of his ability. He's just been a little bit unsettled, but he'll soon find his rhythm when he keeps on getting game time. Himself and Joel were a threat without really penetrating the opposition back line, and we had a few bouncing around in and around the box, and you just wanted it to fall to MJ or Nicky Lowe when it came on. Didn't quite happen, but it didn't for the opposition as well, and when they're getting 3 or 4 corners on the bounce towards the end, I'm looking at some of those young players to really stand up and defend the box, goalkeeper included, and we did that today.
Finally, looking ahead to Tuesday's game, Crawley 4-0 winners at home to the league leaders Morecambe today.
Okay.
So
the league's like that at the moment. You know, people talk about strange results and a lot of goals going in. I think they signed a couple of good players this week, so they've invested in terms of their squad. But we're at home, and we'll be expecting to play on the front foot, and hopefully we'll give it a good game.
Thanks, Matt.
No problem.